Welcome to NxtEdge by NxtEdge. Thank you for trusting us with your business. Over the coming weeks, we will be working together to get you on board with NxtEdge. We recommend 2 meetings per week with 3 to 4 hours of homework after the meeting. This video will give you an overview of what we need to get started. After watching this video, there will be a link to schedule a call to go over the details, tailored to your specific goals. Based on your goals, there may be additional information needed. The first step is to gather and send us the needed information for us to build your site and your database. It is better to take the time to give us complete and accurate information so we do not have to come back and clean up the database later. The product list is the key component to the building of your database. This is a list of all products that you want to manage through NxtEdge. It should include product name, standard unit of measure, category, primary storage, and price per unit. The product name is the name you refer to it as. It should not be the vendor's name for the product. The best way to think about it is, when you ask an employee to get you something, what do you call it? Example, if you ask an employee for medium gloves, do you say, "Can you get me medium gloves?" Or do you say, "Can you get me latex-free, powdered medium gloves?" The name should not include the brand name unless the brand is important to you. Example, if you only use Hellmann's mayo, then you may want the product name to say Mayo Hellmann's. The name should include the size if you have multiple sizes, example, ketchup Volpack, ketchup number 10 can, ketchup PC. Keep in mind that all of the reports are alphabetized by category, alphabetized by product name, so if you want all of your ketchup products to be together on the report, then the name should start with ketchup. The category is used for filtering the grid, filtering reports, and grouping on reports. It is also used for accounting integration. Typical categories will include dairy, meat, poultry, dry goods, produce, paper, chemical, liquor, beer and wine. You can have as many categories as you would like, and they are all specific for your company. Keep in mind that they will be alphabetized on reports, so if you are planning on using the system for both food and beverage, you may want to add the word food and bar before the category name. Example, food-dairy, food-produce, bar-wine, bar-liquor. The standard unit of measure is the unit that you want to manage this product by. It is recommended to use specific measurements versus generic descriptions like case or each. Whenever possible, the unit should be a mathematic unit like gallon, quart, fluid ounce, pound, liter, 750 milliliter. If the product is managed by the case, then it should say 2000 count case or 502 count. You may also want to manage by the each. Instead of using each, it should say 50 count sleeve or 5 pound bag. Whenever a product is priced by the pound from the vendor, the unit of measure should be pound. Examples of this are chicken, beef, and fish. Produce is one of the most confusing units as many vendors pack it differently. Keep in mind how you buy it and what the lowest common denominator is. The next section is the primary storage. Primary storage is used for filtering the grid as well as counting inventory. It is the location in the restaurant that you look at when placing an order to ensure you have enough of the product. Examples, cooler, freezer, dry storage, and liquor room. The last section is price. We only need this if you are planning on counting inventory through NxtEdge. The price should be the price for the standard unit of measure. The last thing to keep in mind is that the sequence of the grid will be in the sequence that you give us the list. You can have it shelf to sheet, alphabetized by category, or based on the items you order the most of. Whichever option works best for you, be sure to send the list in that order. Once received, we will review the list, give you feedback. If changes are needed, we will work with you to make these changes before we import it into NxtEdge. The next part of the information we need is a vendor list. The vendor list should include all vendors that you want to use with NxtEdge. Each vendor we will need vendor name, sales rep name, email address, phone number. For the broadline vendors, we will also need the account number, login information to their website, and order guide list name. The account number is used to request electronic data interchange integration. We need this so that we can send the orders directly to their online portals. The process for EDI integration is different by vendor and will be reviewed with you during our first meeting. There are 3 types of vendors. Vendors with online portals with downloadable order guides, vendors with order guides or price list that can be emailed, and vendors that don't have either of the above 2 and we will be pulling their products off of their invoices. Vendors with online portals with downloadable order guides will be downloaded either daily or weekly based on the vendor. Keep in mind that these vendors don't allow their entire catalog to be downloaded. The products you want to see in NxtEdge need to be on the list. Get with your sales rep to go over how to consolidate and edit the lists. Vendors that can email a price list, bid sheet, or order guide should send this in as often as you want or as often as their pricing changes. You will be given an email address for the order guide to go to, and it will be automatically imported into the software. The order guide must include product code, product description, pack and size, and a price. The order guide should be in Excel or a readable PDF. If the vendor does not have an order guide, we can create a template for them to update weekly and email it in. The last type of vendor is a vendor that you will not be comparing or that does not change their pricing. We will import the products from their invoice. In this case, send us 3 to 5 invoices that make up at least 80% of the products that you purchase from that vendor. Once we receive all of your information, we will build your database. We ask for 3 days from when we receive the last of your information to schedule training. Your next step is to schedule a kickoff call. Click the link at the end of this video and pick a time that works for you. Look forward to working with you.